It's Saturday at Oxegen. Jenny Huston here in the Roadcaster, and I'm joined by Wild Beasts. It's Hayden and Tom. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Hey. Thanks so much for coming in. Now, because I mean, you're kind of used to this sort of weather, but not probably in July.
We were more used to it than we wish we were. But the weather's been amazing recently, and we've been in Spain.
So, what festivals were you playing there?
We just did BBK in Bilbao.
Bilbao.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
did you get to the Guggenheim?
we did.
Yeah.
Well,
Culture
sort of.
and music.
Well, I managed to miss it. I managed to after a very early morning. I'm afraid I slept in, but I did have a look around the building.
That's the important
It doesn't
part,
really
right?
count though, does it? It's because these guys are saying, "Oh, it's amazing. You should see the sculptures,"
Really?
and I was just like, "Yeah, nice building." You know, it's not really the same.
Sort of like an artichoke. Isn't that what people say?
really?
Yeah. No.
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 It's really not.
Okay. How would you describe it, Hayden?
It looks like it's just fallen from space, really. It looks like a satellite has just fallen and crashed, and it's all angular, and it's really, really sort of space age. I like it a lot. I mean, it contrasts with the historic buildings in Bilbao pretty dramatically, but I think it works.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that. I mean, this is really the major perk of being a band, besides the fact that you get to do what you love creatively, being able to travel, be paid to travel.
I mean, that was going to the Guggenheim was an exception. Like a couple of weeks ago, we went to Istanbul, and I saw nothing but the hotel room. And
it was heartbreaking, wasn't it? We're going in the car. Look, it's a Bosphorus, and look, there's the Blue Mosque, and it's just like, a mile away from your window. All these amazing landmarks and this huge city.
And we got after the gig, I actually had all my clothes on, ready to go out. We're like, okay, let's go and explore Istanbul. I literally got on my bed and fell asleep in my clothes, and woke up in the morning just like I wanted to go out, but
sometimes sleep's more important, though, isn't it? I mean,
exactly. Well, when we go to a place, we've got a job to do, and that's got to be the
and really
priority.
important conversations like this to do as well, which you have to be fresh for.
You got to give yourself over.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm getting a bit what's the word? Pensive. You know what I mean? A bit misty-eyed, thinking of all the places I've been and what I've missed. You know what I mean? I think this is an important conversation for me, actually.
It's probably the thing that when you're on tour, you see where you might like to go back to. So maybe it saves you spending money on going on holiday somewhere that you needn't have bothered.
Exactly, it's a sample. It's a sort of
taster menu.
Yeah.
I think it'd be unwise for us to kind of say where we'd like to go again and where we wouldn't on the camera. But you know what I mean?
But you have a few things marked off.
Yeah. A few French ports we'll never go back to.
Yeah. Okay, now and who is there is sort of a filmmaker amongst you, isn't there? You've got an incredible amount of video up on the Domino website. Is that one of you sort of doing?
Yeah, there's mixtures of stuff. Some people filmed for us. We filmed some stuff. That was the In Vogue thing, wasn't it, in 2009?
Sort of a Chicago to Vancouver or something. Loads of different films.
That was made on on Domino label's request. I mean, it showed us at our best and our worst. But also, I think halfway through that trip, the Flickr phones died, and that was the end of the cataloguing.
We lost. There was a computer nicked in New York, wasn't there? We lost all our footage, so we had it all the way across, and we only had up to Chicago because it got stolen. So I mean, that's what being in a band is like. You know what I mean? Sometimes
losing gear along the way.
Oh yes,
lots of it.
Yeah.
And are you enjoying it? I mean, from the first album to now, I mean, this album, it's gone so well for you. The radio singles have been brilliant, and I mean, obviously, Hootin' and Howling was really popular, and then it seemed to just really change with All the King's Men. It kind of went. You really kind of went daytime, didn't you? Which is
I mean,
cha-ching.
I mean,
it is.
Designer flannels, I assure you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm embarrassing you now.
No, it's like once you get to a stage, you never feel like you always think, oh, once I'm there, I'll feel like that. You get there and you think, I want to feel like that. So it's part of the sort of philosophy of it, really. There's always a bigger fish, and you've got to keep biting. So.
It has to be said, like things are going rather well in Ireland. Actually, like one of the better places for us. It's been pretty loving.
And you've been back a few times. It was November, and then you're back in March, and you did a bit of a tour, which is great. I heard major raves about your show down in Cork.
That was the best show.
Really?
It was in the top 3 ever. It was such a good show.
Yay.
It was amazing. Like I think LA was one of our best shows. Maybe Melbourne in Australia and Cork in Ireland. I think
that's so cool. Yay, Ireland!
Yeah.
And when you compare it to cool places like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the spirit was amazing. We just didn't know what the hell to expect, and I don't know. The room just exploded, and it was just great for an hour.
Wow.
It was a Saturday night as well, and
the interplay between your voices, though, I mean, it really is. It's kind of spectacular. It's really unique, and it really does make you stand out so much. It must be fun figuring out your parts. Do you just let him do Ashtray and then you just go off dreamy? Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, that's how it's written.
That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah, it's the night before and the morning after we've had it as well.
So is it important that you kind of really party hard, Tom, all the time, and you drink lemon water?
No, you know what else? The more I find, the more I smoke and drink, the more I expect to sound like Tom Waits, and the weaker and reedier and sadder looking I become. You know what I mean? So it's a complete myth, that stuff. It's all about regular exercise and getting to bed early. That's right. You heard it from Wild Beasts. I don't know about that. Wow. I have to bring back, I'm sure everybody brings out this quote, but it's just a fantastic line, Tom. Erotic downbeat music. Yeah, well, when we were listening to a lot of dance music and house music, and the way that there's this kind of like, this kind of endless repetition. It's like euphoric, and yet there's this kind of like, especially when you get these like repetitive kind of phrases and stuff, and it doesn't sound quite right, you know what I mean? Like, and it's that kind of longing we were going for, you know what I mean? And people wanted, when we just made an album, people wanted a soundbite to kind of, what does this sound like, you know what I mean? So that was kind of a best guess. I'm not sure I'd say that now, but we had a bit of mileage in it, I think. Yeah, it's a cool line. And Hayden, I have to say, I mean, just as somebody who can't sing at all, and the range that you have, are you able to do breakfast show acoustic sessions and things like that? I mean, how long does it take you to be able to get that, or are you just one of those lucky people?
Yeah, if avoidable, early morning sessions aren't. Yeah,
falsetto at 6 a.m. sounds horrific.
I think, if I do have a day off that I want to sing straight away, that's, I think, there's an hour before you go to bed, an hour after where you're at your best. So
really,
I think that works for most people. It's just that their lifestyle doesn't allow for that. But I think if you're trying to be creative, then you're best off capturing that state just before sleep and just after, where you're a bit dreamy. So I do sing early morning. Might not sound very good, but
wow. And sort of creatively, that's when you sort of feel like your voice is.
Yeah, well, I think in general, yeah. I think, when you're trying to capture that sort of subconscious state, definitely. So, and early mornings are any time at the moment. This morning it was sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock. This was our wake up call to this morning. So
civilized,
we're going strong. Yeah. Yeah.
And is it sleeper bus all the way?
It is now.
Yeah.
For the week.
So kind of hot, sweaty, humid, smelly cocoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not fond of the old sleeper bus.
I've yet to meet anybody who is.
Really?
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't been. Really?
Yeah. I like
Hayden Thorpe, standing up for sleeper buses.
I'm the only naysayer. Sleeper buses are very popular with Wild Beasts.
We've stayed in bad hotels for 5 years, and now we get one bad hotel, which we'd have to move our stuff around. So.
Okay, well, that would have its merits, you know. Okay. As opposed to the sort of Groundhog Day of travel lodges.
Well, if you're like me and you're very forgetful, then I just start off with some really nice, expensive stuff on the start of the tour, and by the end, I've just not got any underpants. So it's nice it's just nice to have.
You can invest in undergarments and know that they're still with you at the end.
Somewhere. People need something. Yeah.
I think this is the perfect time to put out an internet plea for sponsorship for Wild Beasts, especially for nice underpants.
Calvin Klein, Bjorn Borg.
Oh, Bjorn.
Even Marks and Spencer's Wise would do.
Actually, I'm very fond of that. As you know, I'm very fond of the traditional YY from.
I know that all too well.
You wish
tidy whities.
Sleeper buses.
Well, I just don't think I'm going to be able to top that with any questions about your music. So really looking forward to the set, and then after this, what are you going to go back to studio? Are you going to take a break? Or are you still going to tour like lunatics?
I think it's 19 to go after this one. So then 19. Studio after that.
Oh, that's right. You've got some really cool dates. You're doing Lollapalooza.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I don't know. I just think if I was in a band, I'd always want to play Lollapalooza.
I think this year's we've sort of had the wish list: Glastonbury, Primavera, Oxegen, Leeds, Reading, Lollapalooza, all. So.
Yeah, and you're doing Lovebox as well.
That's right.
Groove Mad, of course, we're here yesterday. We're talking to Tom and Andy.
Okay,
so
cool. Rockstar music. So, who knows?
Well, we're doing the iTunes Festival coming up, and Green Man. I'm doing a bit of a plug job here, but it's just a lot of good stuff happening.
Okay, well,
but we've never done Electric Picnic, so we'll put a play out there next year. No,
we'll spread the word. We'll let the promoters know that you're open-minded, and there's a twinkle in a Hayden's eye for Electric Picnic. So yes, we'll sort it after Oxygen.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for coming in to us. Two at home.